Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the next time-lapse video here on Duct Tape Creations. So in this time-lapse, I'm making a painting for a Chinese dragon, which is pretty cool. Had a really fun time making it. It only took around an hour and 12 minutes, which isn't bad compared to some other paintings I've done. Which took around 3 hours, but still really cool nonetheless. So this painting here was requested by a friend of mine who goes by the name Vanfuard. So he actually requested one of last week's time-lapses, which was for the 3 Chinese characters. So if you want to go check that out, I'll put an annotation on top of the screen for most of the video, as well as a link down in the description below in case I forget the annotation. So that's going to be pretty cool. So you can see just before I finished putting on the black tape on the foam board, which is going to be the backdrop. And now I'm working on the dragon itself. As you can see, it's kind of like I don't know if I should call it a stencil or what you'd call it, but I'm just going to call it a stencil for now. That's the only thing I could think of really, but still really cool. So I'm using the cosmic tie for the dragon itself, which I thought would look really awesome, which did turn out at the end, which you'll get to see at the end of the video during the normal speed look, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to be using the cosmic tie that much on the channel anymore since they discontinued the color. Thankfully, I still have one full roll left of this color, which I just use a little bit for the dragon here. So I'm glad I still have some of it left since it's no longer in stock in stores. So it's really cool. So yeah, I'm not going to be using that color much anymore, like I said. Just I use it for this, since I felt like that color kind of fit the theme of the painting, which I think it did once it was all finished. So you can see right now I'm putting out all the parts of the dragon. This part actually wasn't too tough. The paper image right now that I'm cutting out, all the black pieces I cut, like the paper image, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, sorry. It's been a while since I've done narration, so I apologize for this. Like the paper image that's left over after I cut out all the pieces, what I'm trying to say, that got really beat up towards the end. I was trying to use it to stick on the painting to stencil everything together, but it just ripped apart and couldn't keep it straight, so wound up having to eyeball it later on, so that kind of took some time to get done, but still totally worth it in the end. Yeah, you can see right now I'm just working on the tail of the dragon, which is pretty cool. So like I just mentioned before, it's been a while since I've done narration. That's because my computer is running a little slow for some reason, and every time I try and record narration, my voice would lag behind the video, so I would say something and then it would happen in the video, or like the video would something would happen in the video and then a few seconds or a few minutes later I would mention that part of the video, so it was it didn't really work out too well for me, so I kind of stopped doing narration for a while until my computer started running correctly. So finally today I was able to get some good narration for you guys. So if you guys let me know if you prefer narration or prefer just me talking at the end of the time-lapse, I'd really appreciate that so I know what I could do for future time-lapses or videos, so that would be much appreciated. So I'm actually going to be having a cut coming up soon here, so you don't have to watch me peel up all this excess tape around all the pieces. So yeah, that didn't take me too long to peel up everything. I still have some left after the cut, so just around the head area. As you can see, you can see the head, part of the tail have already been removed. So now I'm just working up around the part of the claw right near the head and everything. It's all pretty much done. So now you can see here I'm trying to get the paper image onto the foam board, but it kind of ripped in half towards the top and it didn't really work out too well. So I'm going to try and stick it on here as my first try, but I tried it a few times I think, but I'm not sure if it showed in the time-lapse. I think I tried it like once or twice while I was working on this and it kind of failed, so I just gave up. So actually no, yeah, here I guess I cut out that part or something and just left it at once, one try, so that's good enough, so you don't watch me try it a few times. So then I'm just going to eyeball it here and sticking everything onto the painting. Like I said before, that did take me a little bit longer to work with, but still came out like I wanted it to, thankfully. I matched it to the best I could of the image, but it didn't get, the head was not in the right place, or like if you look at the head right there, which is closest to the camera, the little points that come off the top of it are kind of, you have to be bent around the top of the painting, so for it to fit properly, so that kind of stuff, but what are you gonna do? So now you can see I'm just messing around with my computer mouse right there. I'm actually brought the image on my computer so I could see the painting, or see the actual image I had. Originally I was gonna just try and do this by memory, but my memory's too bad. I couldn't remember exactly what it looked like, so I kind of gave up on that thought and just decided to get the image up. So that's what I was doing there. I was just rearranging some pages and everything, get everything in place. So now I'm just looking at the screen and working on this at the same time. A little bit of multitasking, I suppose, but thankfully it wasn't too hard. So now I'm just going to freehand a little piece here for the claw, since part of it kind of got ripped off while I was peeling it up, so that was an easy fix, thankfully. So it was pretty much after this part is where I started having a lot of trouble trying to get the head in place because it wouldn't fit on the painting, which that was really the only piece that gave me a lot of trouble besides the taper piece. But once I got rid of it. Oh goodness, tongue-tied. I'm really tongue-tied today. What I was trying to say, but once I finally got everything in place, it turned out pretty cool. So thankfully I didn't get too frustrated with this. So actually, right around coming up soon, I get it into a place where it looks cool, kind of finished. But it wasn't where the head wasn't where it was supposed to be, but it kind of looked cool. But I decided to rearrange it to match the image almost exactly. So yeah. So now you can just see I'm rearranging part of the tail or part of the body. I'm not sure what part of the dragon you'd call that, and it's hard to tell with the way the design is. So yeah, I'm just replacing some of the claws and some of the different pieces around there, trying to get everything in place. So the piece I'm placing right now is actually one of the pieces that was giving me trouble on placing the head. So that was kind of annoying. So I had to rearrange that a few times to get that in the place I wanted it to, so I could place everything down. Excuse me. So now you can see right here is where I had the head. All the points at the top are all in place, and it kind of looks really cool here. But the head's not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a little bit further up, and the tongue that's coming out of the mouth is supposed to be over top of the body a little bit, which is right where I'm placing it right now. As you can see, that's where it belongs. So I rearranged everything to make sure it fit where it has to be. Actually, the head's where it's supposed to belong, but it has to go up just a little bit higher. You can see there's made a little bit of a cut, so I got everything where it has to be. So now you can see, I rearranged all this stuff again, and I'm rearranging that claw one more time, and it's been giving me all the trouble. So thankfully that's the last time I had to do it, and get it into place. So yeah, we're coming towards the end of the time lapse here. I really hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, you can see the head's now in place. Just gotta peel over those last pieces, and there you go. Alright, so here's a real-time look at the entire painting. It looks seriously awesome with the dragon and cosmic tie-dye. Kind of looks like it's on fire, which is awesome. So if you guys have any ideas for time lapses, let me know down in the comments below. Love to see what you come up with. So just gonna wrap up this time lapse here. Hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. As always, just enjoy the one of that duct tape.